Hi everybody, it's Jack from Think Estate Agents, and I'm going to give you a quick 2-minute video on what yield you should be making on your rental properties. Now if it was up to you, then you'd be paying the lowest price possible for a house and making the biggest yield possible. But unfortunately, as you can imagine, it's not all down to you. There's 3 things we have to take into consideration. Firstly, the property market. This will determine how much the property is worth for sale and for rent. The other 2 factors are the vendor and yourself. If the vendor's motivated to sell, you might get the property a little bit cheaper. So, what are the best steps for achieving the best yield? Well, there's no magic button or formula, I'm afraid. It's all down to experience, knowledge of an area, and the research that you put in. Remember, all areas are different, and this will affect the yield that you can achieve. Now, if you decide to yield chase and find the best yield possible, you can often find yourself having to compromise and purchase an area that's seen as less desirable. This could lead to having to deal with more difficult tenants and also having longer void periods. Why is this? Well, if you're buying a property deemed to be in an undesirable location, then the only people that are going to live there are the people that have to. It's a harsh but true assessment, and one that you should consider when you're deciding what kind of properties you want to buy. Not only that, but the property value may not increase as much as it could do if you bought a property in a more desirable area. So you've got to consider this when it comes to selling it a little bit further down the line. Now, that's not an exact science, and to think that low-end properties are always going to give you problems, it'd be nonsense. But you have to weigh this up when considering your purchase, really. If yield and profit are the most important thing to you, then a traditional buy-to-let might not be the best option for you. Buy-to-lets tend to give you a nice income stream now and a gradual growth over time. Another route you could explore are HMOs. This is where you buy a bigger property and rent it out by the room. The rent you tend to collect on these tends to be a bit higher in comparison to the property price, obviously leading to a larger yield. But like I said earlier, this does involve bigger risks for you. HMOs tend to be more hands-on for a few reasons. There's a lot more regulations in place, which means it's going to take you longer to set it up, and most likely it's going to cost you a little bit more money than you'd spend on your general normal buy-to-lets. The lending is more complicated, and your capital growth tends to not be as high as a traditional buy-to-let. So it comes down to a balance and how you want to weigh up the various factors involved. It can be overwhelming, especially if you're a new landlord. Here at Think, we offer some free impartial advice on buy-to-lets and give you options on what might be best to do for you. If you're looking at buying a property in Newton Le Willows, St Helens, Warrington, anywhere around this sort of area, give us a call. We're happy to give you free impartial advice, even if it's a property that's not up for sale for us. I'm even willing to come to the viewings with you, give you my opinion on what might need to be done to get the best price possible for when you're renting the property out, and whether it is going to be a good deal for you. So if you're in the Newton area, give us a call, 01925 290 290, or if you're in St Helens, give our Haydock office a ring, 01744 371 371. Cheers.